Okay, so we've got Team Blue opening up with a very rush-style comp, and Team Red using that Symmetra from Chief Beef, swapping back to the Sojourn very quickly. So Team Red's going to be here very fast right now.
Yeah, red team already taking up all of this space. It's going to be Zim trying to get their carnage through. The charge from Kappas doesn't really find anything there, falling extremely low. In fact, Zim takes them down, but it's going to be the return there from Chief Beef. Zim finds Yummy Bacon on the side, and with those two picks, it should be an easy cleanup now for this blue team. Sorry, and pretty convincing as well.
Yeah, Team Red are going to have to keep an eye out for that. Once they get low health on those members, the Genji's just going to dash in, especially with that speed boost. So having that Reinhardt here, going to be very, very tough to engage with how aggressive Team Blue are going to want to be here. And now we see them just taking positioning, just poking out. Don't get Jagger Bladed off the edge. Now we've got a bit better of a position for the Reinhardt to walk in using that shield.
Yeah, they're trying to swing through, but the deflector's been forced out there for high 8. Zim, Jaded now on the backside, trying to get a flank angle in. And Mortality Field has been forced out, and Kappas and Yummy Bacon once again go down early. Jaded does get the return kill, but it's way too little too late, and the easy cleanup comes in once again for Blue Team. They've looked dominant so far.
Yeah, and we see a response immediately from the red team swapping over onto that Ramatra. I think that's going to be a great pick into the comp, because once they brawl into your face, the Rhine Shield just wasn't being effective. So now we've got a bit more damage on target. They can just poke out, and when they engage, they can go into that Omnic form and just start punching their brains out. So this might be a little bit better of an engage. We do have a Pulse Bomb coming up, so look for that onto one of the supports, but there's the sound barrier there to prevent that, and there's also the Blade coming up from I Hate Zim. So this is going to be a lot of ults engaged here. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, there's the Vortex coming out there. It's going to be Jaded with that Pulse Bomb, looking for the stick target. But in the meantime, Zim has pulled the Blade, trying to hunt down the Lucio. But the slippery little frog manages to get away. Jaded gets a melee kill onto Taikai in the meantime. And it's now going to be Red Team with a little bit of an advantage. That Ramatra paying dividends, trying to go through. Jaded just flicks off the map, gets the recall just in time. In the meantime, Proper Goat finds Zim. Myth fell early, and this should be early cleanup for the Red Team. And this fight went way better for them.
Yeah, just great awareness of knowing that Blade was coming up, and it's nothing more frustrating than chasing those roller skates and not be able to catch it. So they didn't even have to invest any defensive ults there. So they're going to have that Kiriko, they're going to have that Zuzu, and also the Beat here coming up for this defense. And they've got 4 ults now into it. So we've got to keep an eye out for that. That Pulse Bomb was used, but wasn't actually stuck onto anybody. But here we go.
Yeah, there's the Amplification Matrix and the Kitsune rush as well, but GP pulled the overclock. Managed to find Spud early in the fight. Jada gets Taikai. GP finds 2, but Zim's trying to pull this back. Yummy Bacon went down. GP is still alive though, causing mass mayhem. And once again, Red Team with a fight win. Building up the percentage now.
Yeah, we're just seeing Red Team just getting more bang for their buck out of those ultimates. That Matrix with that Sojourn ultimate is just so much damage, keeping them able to be stabilized there. We do have the Sojourn ult from TKKY coming out from the blue team now, and the Blade is built up again. Then the Blade is going to be important here because Team Red do not have the support ultimates to prevent that. So if Zim can get some work done, can target that backline, this could be a swing into Blue's favor.
Jaded needs to be careful trying to get the flank. There's the overclock pop now by Taikai. In return, though, it's the Annihilation coming out from Kappas, and Yummy Bacon just takes down Taikai. Taikai went a little bit too far forward. Jaded gets the pick on the Spud. All of this space from Kappas has been bought by the Annihilation. And once again, Red Team, they're so close to this win.
That could be the game right there. That could be the fight. They should be able to come back in touch, but they're forward positioning you with that pressure. That 1v1 from the Sojourns might have won this game for them.
Myth got picked. It's going to be the Blade to try and dash on the point. The touch is there coming from the Doomfist of Zim. I Hate Zim, though. So low. 6 HP. Jaded finds it, but in the meantime, Taikai has found GP for the headshot. Immortality Field has been forced out as well. Zim trying to find some value with this Doomfist, but it will not come to fruition, as it will be this round going in favor of the Red Team after a very shaky start.
Yeah, great job there from Team Red. What a great adaptation. Straight away realizing that Ramatra would be more effective there versus that team comp. Once they swapped to Ramatra from Ram, they were doing so well. They had all the momentum there. They were staggering the enemy in those team fights. And something to point out as well was that Sojourn matchup. That Sojourn 1v1 was so important. If TKKY did not get that kill on Chief Beef, even though they had the ultimate advantage, that fight could have gone very differently. So whoever was winning those Sojourn 1v1s really snowballed the rest of those team fights. So we'll have to see if Team Blue's going to come up with any changes here to kind of battle the team comp Team Red. We do have Zim on the Junkrat, which is really good on this point on Lijang. Zim is sticking with the Doomfist, and we do still have the Lucio speed boost. But now we've got Jaded from Team Red on the Mei. Now, that's going to cause a lot of trouble if they're trying to engage with that rush comp, as we've seen them enjoy. So that wall is going to be able to split the team. So when they're commanding shout in off of Zim's Junker Queen, if they stick to that, we know we get trolled in the waiting zone a lot as casters. But that Mei is going to be very important to shut that down. Or we might end up having just a Ram matchup. I don't know. What do you think, Harry?
I think blue team has a really spammy comp. Look at the Sim and the Junkrat. They're going to be able to take this high ground first from the red team. So the red team have to play around that, I think, scary.
Yeah, and especially this little choke point, this first little engage, just all that spam and the speed getting there first with a Lucio.
Yeah, I mean, they're already there, Scary. They've already taken that high ground position. Now it's going to have to be a different angle taken from the red team as the blue team are just holding this high ground. Not really a lot happening right now, although, as I say that, there's the speed boost engage. They're just trying to find someone to catch out. But so far, it's just point presence being bought. There is the Rampage mode being forced. There's Zim. So low, Immortality Field has already been forced out early as well. It does go down, but Jeef Beef gets taken down. I Hate Zim on the Junkrat. Finds so much value, spamming these grenades and mines down through the choke point, and that will be the fight win for blue team as they finish this first fight with a bit of percentage on the board early as well.
Yeah, these fights, you see at the start of these fights, just a little bit of caution, a little bit of waiting to engage. Both teams have got almost a mirror comp, just the Symmetra and Mei difference here. Both comps, like you said, very, very spammy. So they're just waiting, they're just trying to find that moment to engage on. They're engaging around the Lucio cooldown, engaging over the Mei wall. So this is just, the pre-fight that we're seeing right now is just baiting out all the cooldowns. Getting out all the cooldowns, Ravenous Vortex, and then engaging. There's
so much healing being done. There is the amplification matrix from Yummy Bacon, but a great disengage, a teleporter, in fact, to get away from that ultimate. Mei Wall comes out, doesn't really find a lot of value there as Jaded has been almost caught out a little bit. Immortality Field forced out there by Yummy Bacon, but that means that Zim has a free Riptire. I Hate Zim does go down in the end with Jaded finding an Icicle headshot there, but Jaded's going to get punched in the face. The Mei has gone down. Taikai gets a little bit too aggressive, so this fight's still being traded out fairly evenly, but the red team are forced to retreat for now.
Yeah, the longer this fight goes on, the better it is for blue team. They did just lose their sim, so they might be able to get a quick re-engage from red team here, 5v4. But they're going to be walking into a possible Mayo and a possible tie from Jeef Beef.
Yeah, and there's that aggression that you wanted to see as well. They were down a player in red team, are trying to take advantage of that. It's Kappas on the angle here, but it's going to be the Annihilation now coming out from Zim. Sound barrier met in return, and there is the Symmetra wall coming out. Taikai building up that beam so much they've been left alone. Zim has found proper go. Jeef Beef with 2, but it won't matter in the end as the ultimates from the blue team were just too strong.
Yeah, just more ultimates there from the blue team. Just turns that fight. Crazy that Jeef Beef managed to live there. Massive shout out to the support players there. They should be able to get back in touch in time, especially with that Lucio. They will have the Mei wall coming in and the Annihilation from Ramatra, so red team could flip this. They're going to have to if they want to contest this map.
Yeah, there's the touch there from the Lucio, but they were already falling extremely low. It's an amplification matrix on the high ground, trying to keep Myth alive. Doesn't manage to do it. Yummy Bacon finding their support counterpart. It's going to be Taikai going down as well, as we saw Proper Go was pressuring out. That Baptiste does, in fact, get the kill. Zim and I Hate Zim are the last two left, but they only used one ultimate, so they can retreat, and they will have to give up this point for now.
Great flip there from Team Red. They really needed to get that to be in contestant for this point. Now they're going to be able to defend with the Ramatra Annihilation and defend with the Matrix. And we've seen how much damage output these supports are doing on the BAP. This is just both teams have got massive spam and great heals. The only difference is the Mei wall and the Sim. So we're seeing the teams engage off the teleport and engage off of Lucio's speed boost. Engage off of Mei's wall when they can shut them down. Those are the two crucial abilities.
Yeah, the teleporter was a little bit scuffed there, but they're still going to get through, and I Hate Zim has immediately found Yummy Bacon. That's the key pick. No Immortality Field means that the tire is free. Proper Goat goes down. Kappas forced to use the Annihilation, but gets taken down in the middle of a Jeef Beef, and Jaded have managed to find trades. It's going to be a 3-for-3 in the end, even without the ultimates, but there's too much sustain here still for the blue team, and it will be the blue team taking this round and keeping this map in check, although there's a little bit of stall coming out. The Immortality Field and the Lucio managing to touch there, but it should just be clean up here, even with these last-minute contests.
This should be in the favor of Team Blue. Swapping to Doom, I don't think it's going to be enough to contest it. Yeah, this is just clean up here for Team Blue.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly give a bit of feedback just on that final bit there for Harry? Because I will forget. If they do manage to get a touch like that, you were like hyping up the win, and then it kind of like you changed very drastically, it felt like. So what I do in those situations is I say, you know, They do get a touch. They keep the point going, but I don't think it's gonna last very long, or it's not likely to last, or something like that. Just because I don't know what it was. I don't know if Pep agrees, but it just felt like we were at maybe 80 and then dropped to 30 out of nowhere. It just felt like a harsh drop, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
That's all.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I'll cop to that.
Oh.
Okay. Do you just want to do some? I don't know how long they're gonna, how long Red Team are gonna take. I don't think it'll be too long. So if you want to probably start theory crafting,
Yeah, we can just get straight back into
scary.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Pat has
Alright,
something
so
to say.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things, but I think it's okay. I think I'll wait. I'll wait
Okay.
until after this game, to be honest.
Okay.
It's
He likes
nothing
to
major.
throw it all at you.
It's not so major that it's like, oh good lord, I can't listen to this any further. Anyway, go.
All right, last map for all the Buckaroos, Night Market. We've still got the teams doing a almost mirror comp, but once again, it's the May difference. Actually, no, it is indeed a mirror comp. In fact, we just have the DPS players swapping the people they're on. Straight into a fight immediately.
Yeah, straight teleport onto the point here. It's going to be a late rampage form coming out here for Kappas, so they're going to be able to keep this punching form a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter because I Hate Zim has managed to find a headshot on Yummy Bacon. Jaded goes down. I Hate Zim with 3 headshots in the fight. That's incredible May play, and it will win blue team the first fight and early control point percentage.
Yeah, we got to highlight I Hate Zim. I Hate Zim has been doing really well. The TY might have just overextended there a little bit, but it should still be in the hands of Team Blue. They haven't capped yet. That's how aggressive they were in that fight. But yeah, I Hate Zim already almost at a blizzard from the May after the first fight. And they're back into engaging immediately.
Yeah, Chief Beef overextending way too much. Zim gets the return, so suddenly that Sim being not there for the blue team doesn't really matter, especially because they're back straight away. Blizzard online now for Zim. They throw it in. It's going to catch on to Kappas as well. Taikai gets the finishing blow, and it should be another early fight win for the blue team. But crucially, because they didn't cap early, they still only have 22% built up.
Yeah, getting a blizzard when you've got 14% progress on a map, that is so insanely fast, and it just shows you how aggressive these teams are being. And now we're going to be walking into both matrices from both teams. In fact, we're walking into almost all the ults. Defensive ults, attacking ults here. So we'll just have to see if Zim or maybe Jada can just get massive picks on the DPS, or maybe someone will overextend. But this next fight is going to be all the ults dropped.
There's the fake TP going in. Blue team, they have a massive ult bank right now, and they're gonna take a deposit. They're gonna take a withdrawal. Sorry, Zim using the rampage gets into the annihilation. Sorry, gets into the back line, finds Chief Beef and Yummy Bacon, and with that photon barrier, the rest of the team is protected, and it will be some early cleanup once again from the blue team. They did that so quickly, Scary.
They did. These engages are just crazy fast. Double Lucio, double Simtelli, straight into the point. Within spawning, 3 seconds later, you're having a team fight. But that was really good by Team Blue. They did have to invest all their ultimates to defend that point, but there's only really one team fight left for this entire map. Team Red will have the ultimate advantage coming in. They'll have the support ults to keep them alive. They'll have the annihilation on point. Both of the May ults and the Ramatra ults are going to be so important to have this fight on the point, and it's going to be really hard for Team Blue to sustain and to win this.
Yeah, Red team said, you took a loan from the ult bank, now it's our turn. Yummy Bacon finding Zim with the help of that Blizzard and the Amplification Matrix. The Annihilation is still online here, but it's going to be a cleanup for Red team as they just absolutely wipe Blue team off the face of the earth.
Yeah, and look at that teamwork, that coordination. Every kill that Kappa's got there on the Ram had four other players on the team as assists. So well done there. And they did good to take that point while still keeping 3 ultimates. They've still got that annihilation. They've still got that sound barrier. And they've only really got Zim's Blizzard to engage with here. That can be effective, especially if you Simtelli on top. But I don't know about this.
Well, there's the early Blizzard being used because the Immortality Field was forced out. Photon Barrier manages to keep Kappas safe for a while, and they have that Annihilation online. Whether they choose to use it now, though, it could be questionable. It doesn't look like it. It should be a little disengaged.
Yeah, it kept them at bay a little bit, so it's just buying time.
Yeah, well, there's the Annihilation now being popped because the blue team, they went really, really aggressive. Kappas gets caught out in between it. Now the sound barrier goes off, but it doesn't really hit anyone, in fact. Now it's just going to be the blue team moving on towards point with the man advantage. Taikai getting very, very pressured down right now. It's going to be Myth who finds proper ghost. I Hate Zim finds Chief Beef, and it should be clean up here for the blue team. Can red team get an extra touch?
I don't think they'll be able to, although the Ram is there. Zim has been the playmaker this entire map. We have to shout out Zim. I think the team is really engaging off of Zim. They are going to be able to touch here, but this is just Team Blue. Just Team Blue going to be able to take Lijang Tower with ults to spare. With ults to spare. So massive, massive well done to Team Blue. Just cleaning up here.
Oh, I felt so behind on beats in that point.
Oh, I wrote that down. I was like,
I was really far behind.
Oh boy, that happened 5 seconds ago.
Those teams went like 4 times the speed as the other maps, though. That was so fast.
Yeah, that map was fun.
That was
game.
That was chaos. It was chaos.
So before we completely brutalize you guys, do you want some to give some observer feedback? Or
Brutalize me first.
Yeah.
Oh damn, okay, dude.
We'll get the bad out of the way and then go into the good before we go into the next one.
I think there is just a little bit of bad habits that just come back from not doing it for a while. I think there's a lot of sure.
Can I say it? And this, I don't, because I really want to know if you agree with this or if it's just where I'm at right now, IRL. But Harry, I just felt like you yelled a bit too much. Like it was a lot of your even if you were talking almost slowly, it was still really raised up here all the time.
Yeah.
And every opportunity you had, even if it was just at the start of the fight, and even if you slowed down, you still had this kind of